Let's have some fun with some TikTok filters while I tell you about how I used to want to be a plastic surgeon. Okay, so you see me as I am. Now let's play with some filters that look like I had plastic surgery. Oh, I don't know why some girls do this to themselves. I look like a vampire or one of those people that bleaches their skin. Ooh, look at her. Look at me. What? Look at this glowy filter. Ooh, it makes me feel so young, so sexy. Let me stop. Can you believe it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm really tired, but I don't look it on this filter? Anyway, so when I was a child, I actually thought I was going to be an architect initially. This is when we lived in Nigeria. And the reason for that was even though medicine did come up as an option, I felt like I didn't want to go into medicine at all because I was deathly afraid of hospitals in Nigeria. Why? Because I was always sick and I was very familiar with the conditions of the hospitals in Nigeria, or at least in northern Nigeria at the time. This is back in the 70s, 80s, okay? And it was terrifying. I was literally terrified of hospitals, yet I was always there because I had malaria or because I had some anxiety issue attributed to, whatever drama was going on with my parents. And also, this was back in the day when they didn't have disposable syringes. So I remember being aware that you could get really bad infections from using dirty needles, and that needles that were thicker would be very, very painful. So I remember always asking the nurses to show me, I'm talking when I'm like 7, 8 years old, okay? As a little girl, I would ask to see the needles that they were going to use just to help reassure me. But yeah, so I knew back then, or at least I thought I knew back then, that I was not interested in medicine. I did not want to be a doctor at all. I was going to be an architect so I could stay out of hospitals. I don't know what this filter is called, but it's not good. It is not good. Okay. I love the lips. Look at the lips. What? Hello, if there's a plastic surgeon watching this by any chance, could you make my face look like this? Could you? Oh, I can see why the girls get their lips done. I can see it. I don't know though if I would do it, but I certainly would love to do my makeup like this. Look at that. Girl, you're so vain. Go back to the story. See? Filter. Anyway, so fast forward to us moving to the United States, my mother and brothers. During my junior year, 11th grade and 12th grade, I took some pre-health or pre-med classes. I mean, to be honest, I had already taken, a lot of health-related classes and science-related classes and biology in Nigeria before I came to the United States. So when I got to the United States, I pretty much was already set up to be, I guess, an ideal student for pre-med or pre-health. And my mother definitely encouraged me. And so, again, fast forward, I end up applying to college, Cornell University, while at Cornell was pre-med. So fast forward many more years later, I end up going to medical school. And in medical school, I did think briefly about going into surgery because I actually did well during my surgery rotation. But there was also the reality check that I did not like the lifestyle. It was a male-dominated field, it was a very aggressive field, and I really always knew that I wanted a family. So, there's the idea that a lot of times we romanticize or our parents romanticize this life that they want for us. And again, my mother was like wanting me to go into plastic surgery. But of course, my mom had no idea what it takes to be a plastic surgeon. And, yes, she felt like her daughter was smart and could do that. But, when you weigh all the pros and cons and you take into consideration the lifestyle, the residency, the length of training, it just wasn't for me. So I actually then considered going into emergency medicine. And anyway, if you want to hear more about how I chose what I chose to do, you can certainly see it on a video, an extended version on YouTube I did many years ago. Short of it, I ended up going into internal medicine, overworked internal medicine. and that's how I got here, burnt out. Went from internal medicine to making content on social media. If you want to know more, leave me a comment or a question below. This filter I love because I look like myself. You still see a few laugh lines and my skin looks flawless. So that's what this filter is doing. My lips are my lips, same size. My eyes are my eyes. My gray hair you can see. Y'all, I am 50 something years old. What? I look good, right? Let me stop. For further context, here are a few pictures. Here I am with my brothers and mother and aunt in northern Nigeria. I would have been about 7 or 8, maybe more like 8. Another picture with my brothers. We were wearing traditional Hausa clothes, which was pretty much expected during religious holidays. But outside of religious holidays, I typically wore Western clothes. At this age, I don't remember thinking about or wanting to be a doctor, but I do know that my parents emphasized doing well in school and that education was very important to both of my parents and that I often felt stressed out if I didn't do well. This picture was taken in Brooklyn, New York at my grandparents' house. It was on my 7th birthday. We were visiting from Nigeria and they had this big birthday for me and there were all these kids and all these adults and my father got me this ginormous doll. And so growing up, we had this oversized picture of me and this doll or this doll and I in our living room back in Nigeria. I wonder if it's still there. I don't know. I think I might have been about 10 or 11 in this picture with my brothers and our pet monkey, Chip. This is one of my favorite pictures with my mother. By the way, if you're new here, my mother is Caribbean and my father is from Nigeria. Anyway, it was taken in England. We were sitting on a hotel room bed and I just love that little smirk or half smile on my face. The picture was taken by my father. I would have been about, maybe 10, 11. I don't know what I was laughing about in this picture, but I looked really happy. Standing next to my grandfather, who is next to my mother in the green shirt, and my 2 brothers on the side. This picture was taken in Brooklyn, New York. We would have been living in Nigeria at the time, but we would come to New York for vacation so that my mother could see her parents and my grandparents would spend time with us. Fast forward to when I was 15, this might have been the last picture my parents and brothers and I took together in our house in northern Nigeria. Shortly after this picture was taken, my mother and siblings would end up moving to New York City without my father. There was a lot of conflict due to the religious and cultural differences between my parents. By the time I was 15, I was rather timid and very much a shell of who I am today. I was also very fearful and very much against an arranged marriage that had been planned or in the works, and I desperately wanted to leave that environment. I would pray every night that somehow God would find a way to help us leave and start a new life in the United States. In my grandparents' basement in New York City. 2 years later, pre-freshman summer, Cornell University. Fast forward 4 years later, I'm a senior, and this picture was taken in someone's room in Balch Hall. I actually lived in Balch Hall, which was an all-women's dorm. And this picture was taken with America, my friend, who would later be my maid of honor. After college, I actually ended up moving to California for a couple of years before going to medical school. This picture was taken in medical school in South Carolina with my friend Ton. Medical school is hard, But having a baby in medical school is even harder, and it cost me an extra year. But it was always my goal to graduate with my degree, my doctorate, and also have a baby. And that's exactly what I did. This was a picture with my mother and my first baby boy, his first Christmas. Keep in mind, I was already married 6 years before I had my first son. And the thing is, when you're a woman in medicine, there really is no right time to have a child. Is the right time to have a child in medical school or residency or fellowship? There really is no right time. You have to decide that for yourself. But if you're going to wait for permission, you're never going to get it. And so I took a chance. Having a supportive spouse is absolutely crucial, and I couldn't have done it without him. We would go on to have 2 more children while I was in residency in New York City. I will always love New York City, but after training and living there for several years and now having 3 young children, we decided we wanted to move to somewhere a little bit more traditional because we now had 3 young kids. And so we moved to North Carolina, and that's where this picture was taken. I was in private practice until our firstborn was ready for college. Fast forward several more years, and our oldest son has completed college. Actually, all 3 of our children have finished college, and now our oldest wants to go to medical school. So in these pictures, we are visiting the Medical University of South Carolina, where I attended medical school. It was a really cool full circle moment to be able to take our son to the place that I had attended and also remember the place that he was actually born, because he was born during my last year of medical school. Anyway, he chose to go to a different medical school. This picture was taken in front of New York Presbyterian, which is where I attended residency for internal medicine. This place was formerly called NYU Downtown Hospital. This is where our last 2 children were born, but also this is where I was a second year when the 9/11 attacks happened, literally minutes away. So I will never forget my experience here. I hope you've enjoyed learning about my family, my immigrant story, and my medical education. I know this started off as like a silly, goofy story time about how I was interested in plastic surgery. And then we went on to this. Anyway, feel free to leave me any questions you have. Thank you so much for watching.